4,600 years ago, in a small kingdom of ancient India, a baby was born who would one day walk away from palaces, from his wife, from his newborn son, and from the throne that awaited him. Why? Because he saw something that most of us ignore every single day: suffering. That baby was Siddhartha Gautama, who became known to the world as the Buddha. Today, I will take you on his complete journey, a journey of mystery, sacrifice, struggle, and ultimate enlightenment. And if you stay with me till the end, this story will not just inspire you, it may just change the way you look at your own life. The story begins with Queen Mahamaya, the wife of King Suddhodana of the Shakya clan. One night, she had a dream. A white elephant with 6 tusks entered her womb. The sages explained, "This is no ordinary dream. A great soul is coming. This child will either become a universal monarch or a great spiritual teacher." On a full moon night, under the sal trees of Lumbini, the queen gave birth to a boy. The baby took 7 steps and declared, "I am the chief in the world. This is my last birth." The kingdom celebrated. But hidden inside this celebration was a prophecy that the prince may not stay in the palace forever. The king wanted Siddhartha to be a great ruler, not a monk. So he surrounded him with every luxury, palaces for every season, gardens full of flowers, musicians, dancers, endless food and entertainment. The young prince was intelligent, kind, and curious. He learned swordsmanship, horse riding, mathematics, and philosophy. But more than all this, he had a deep sense of compassion. One day, as a child, he saw a bird being killed by a hunter. He picked it up, healed it, and said, "How can there be joy when other beings are in pain?" The king became worried. This compassion was a sign that Siddhartha might choose renunciation. At 16, Siddhartha was married to the beautiful princess Yashodhara. They lived in luxury and comfort, surrounded by servants, music, and celebrations. To everyone else, Siddhartha seemed like the perfect prince. But inside, he was restless. Something was missing, a truth he could not yet name. The king tried harder to keep him distracted. But destiny had other plans. One day, Siddhartha left the palace with his charioteer Channa. For the first time, he saw the world outside. First, he saw an old man, weak, bent, struggling to walk. Then, a sick man, groaning, helpless. Then, a corpse being carried to the cremation ground. Finally, a monk, calm, detached, peaceful. Siddhartha was shaken. He asked Channa, "Will I too become old? Will I too suffer sickness? Will I too die?" Channa replied, "Yes, my lord. No one escapes this." That night, Siddhartha could not sleep. He thought, "All pleasures, all luxuries, they cannot save me from old age, sickness, and death. Then what is the meaning of life?" Soon after, Yashodhara gave birth to a son. The king rejoiced. He believed Siddhartha would now be tied to family life. But Siddhartha whispered, "Rahula, a new chain has been forged to bind me." That very night, Siddhartha entered his wife's chamber. He saw Yashodhara sleeping with baby Rahula in her arms. Tears filled his eyes. He longed to hold his child once, but he knew if he touched him, he could never leave. So he silently bowed, mounted his horse Kantaka with Channa, and rode into the night. At the edge of the forest, he cut off his royal hair, gave his ornaments to Channa, and wore the robes of a wanderer. The prince was gone. The seeker had been born. For 6 years, Siddhartha wandered in search of truth. He studied under great teachers, learned deep meditation, and practiced severe austerities. He starved himself until he became a walking skeleton. People looked at him and wondered, is this man alive or dead? But one day, Siddhartha realized, this extreme suffering is as meaningless as extreme luxury. Neither leads to truth. The path must be the middle way. He accepted a bowl of rice milk from a village girl named Sujata. Strength returned to his body. Other ascetics left him, thinking he had failed. But Siddhartha knew his true journey was about to begin. In Bodh Gaya, Siddhartha sat under a Bodhi tree. He would. Let my body dry up, let my bones turn to dust, but I shall not rise from here until I find the truth. Mara, the lord of illusion, attacked him. Storms raged. Demons tried to frighten him. His daughters came to tempt him. But Siddhartha remained unmoved. He touched the earth and said, the earth is my witness. At dawn, as the morning star rose, Siddhartha's mind opened. He saw the endless cycle of birth and death, the cause of suffering, and the way to end it. At that moment, Siddhartha became the Buddha, the awakened one. For the next 45 years, Buddha traveled barefoot from village to village, teaching kings and beggars alike. His first sermon at Sarnath became known as the turning of the wheel of Dharma. He taught the Four Noble Truths: suffering, its cause, its end, and the path. The Eightfold Path: right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. His words transformed lives. Robbers gave up violence. Kings gave up greed. Ordinary people found peace. Even Yashodhara and Rahula eventually joined him as disciples. At the age of 80, Buddha fell ill after eating a meal offered with devotion. Lying between two sal trees, he spoke his last words to his disciples. Everything is impermanent. Work diligently for your own liberation. With that, the Buddha entered Mahaparinirvana, beyond birth and death. So what do we learn from Buddha's journey? That life is not about escaping suffering, but about understanding it. That true happiness doesn't come from palaces or riches, but from compassion and wisdom. That we, too, can walk the middle path, balancing life, finding peace within, and spreading kindness around us. The story of Buddha is not just ancient history. It is a timeless guide for anyone who seeks peace in today's restless world. This journey of Buddha touched your heart? Please like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from history and spirituality. Remember, wisdom from thousands of years ago can still light the path of our modern lives.